Eddie Hearn, Danny Flex from SecondsOut, of course. How you doing?
Doing very well.
Good to hear. Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
not the biggest surprise. We've heard about it for the last few days. What was the kind of crucial point that made you pick this over other venues?
A few things. I mean, firstly, if you look at the history, we've been talking to not just Saudi Arabia, but Abu Dhabi, Qatar, etc. for a long time. Every promoter in boxing has been trying to land a mega fight in those territories. We were the first ones to do it. And it wasn't easy, but they came in with an offer that, obviously was financially good, but also they were the ones that have actually invested in the sport. I've seen it, and it was a big move for us commercially. It was a big move for us logistically, but I've been there and I've seen the World Boxing Super Series and I was very, very impressed. They just staged the Amir Khan fight. Weren't the greatest fight in the world, but logistically, from an event experience, it was very good. So I know they've set the foundations for that. I know they have a genuine interest to invest in the sport of boxing. Ruiz was moaning that it was in the UK, didn't want to come. Contractually, he would have had to go where we said, but I don't think AJ really wanted the moaning. And I also felt that he was getting a bit of stick about going to his backyard to bring Ruiz there after he'd just beaten him. So all that coupled together made us choose a neutral venue and made us choose Saudi Arabia.
From a purely financial perspective, was this the biggest offer on the table, or were there other bigger?
No, there were bigger offers than this on the table.
And you talked about AJ getting stick for fighting in his backyard. There's going to be a different type of stick now, as I'm sure you're aware, and I know other people have asked you about it already. Is there a positive spin on this? Is this an opportunity to kind of change the system from within a little bit?
Are you talking about the system?
The Saudi Arabia human rights issues.
Again, that's something way over my head. What I can tell you is there is a huge population in Saudi Arabia who have an interest in the sport of boxing. There is an opportunity to grow the sport of boxing, not just in Saudi Arabia, but within the region. All these events that you're seeing taking part in Saudi Arabia, I'm bored of saying it now in interviews, European Golf Tour, WWE, Formula One, tennis, horse racing, World Boxing Super Series, Amir Khan, it's endless. You see the visuals. I mean, earlier on we played a promo video of, I think, the David Guetta concert, 40,000 people. The enjoyment that people are getting, the participation levels of other sports, that's great for Saudi Arabia. The other stuff, someone else to deal with. What I'm telling you is, I'm a sports promoter. There's a huge amount of positivity through bringing major events to this region. And for boxing, we can't be naive enough just to think that boxing exists in London and Cardiff and New York and Vegas. There's a whole nother world out there. In fact, in time, when you talk about SecondsOut or Matchroom, this could change your business, my business, the sport. Because I think you're bright enough to know that if Saudi are investing these kind of levels in fights like this, there's a lot more coming. Not just from Saudi Arabia, but from other territories as well. There's going to be a number of mega fights taking place in these regions. And that's going to change the face of boxing.
And you said you spoke to some of the other event organisers before signing this off, WWE being one of them. Who did you actually speak to there?
No, I didn't speak to WWE, European Tour, others as well, because one, we wanted to understand the reaction, and also we wanted to speak from a logistical point of view and an event management point of view and say, how was it for you? The answer was outstanding. The World Boxing Super Series I was involved with, not logistically, but involved with that series, and their response, first class. European Tour response, first class. In fact, European Tour, I believe, has signed a new deal or a multi-year deal, WWE as well. So,
10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So again, and it pains me to say it, but their organisation's a lot bigger than Matchroom. So it worked for them well. It grew that sport well for them commercially. We're looking at it from a boxing point of view, and I believe it's got massive potential for growth through staging an event there.
Would you consider lining up one of your female fighters for the undercard to push the boundaries to see what is acceptable?
Again, that you have to follow almost a culture over there of some things. There's huge change happening there, and again, that change is something that's dictated to by the people who have a lot more influence and understanding than myself. From my point of view, I think Katie Taylor is actually due to fight in November, so that might not work out anyway. But we got to try and answer the questions from an event perspective. I've seen loads of stuff online. Women aren't allowed to this event. They've got to be invited. You can't get into the country anyway. All complete rubbish. Women, men were welcome together on their own. Visas, as soon as you buy a ticket, issued with a visa for the event. The fight will take place at around 9:30 UK time for fans here. If you're travelling, it's a 6-hour flight. You get a visa like that. it's a great experience. What you will see announced over the next couple of weeks is the event itinerary with major events happening in this season all around the fight. So from a sports, music, entertainment fan point of view, it's going to be an incredible experience. And through the negatives and the positives and the curiosity, the whole world will be watching this fight on December 7th, because it's just, you know, it's another moment of Rumble in the Jungle, Thriller in the Middle. What's going on? Saudi Arabia. But we know the underlying logistics of what they're doing there, which is creating monstrous sporting events and entertainment events that we believe we should be a part of.
Brilliant. Where do we thank you for your time?
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.